Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day, wonderful time in this awesome market. We're looking at 87,000 for the moment here. This is a tentative support level based on previous daily candlestick closures. So please understand, we're not like in this like super support zone. This is nothing amazing. We did also see a wick down to about 85,300. Surprisingly, a lot of altcoins kind of maintained and held fairly well. So it's a good sign for the most part. We may be bottoming out for some alts, but it's also, I think, still a little premature, a little too early to try to take a lot of coins to the metaphorical moon there, right? So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the back end data, see what's going on, go from there. Please hit the like button, folks. Comment below if you get a chance. Love to hear your thoughts, and thank you again just for being an amazing part of my life. Make sure you also check out Bitunix too, folks. Link down below for them. Nice deposit bonus between now and March 14th. If you use my link in the past to register, you're automatically eligible anytime in the future, effectively. So it's kind of a nice benefit there. They have promos pretty much every single month. So let's take a quick look here at liquidation. So to make it easy, 90,000 to 92,000, based on that being a previous support range, is presumed to be a new resistance for us. We could see 89,000 worked like a charm here, right there, where the price action didn't go any further. But 90 to 91,000, we're starting to see an accumulation of shorts piling up there, which makes perfect sense. And if we take a look here, roughly the same thing here as well for these late longs. Look at that. High leverage long right there at 85,300. So there's a good chance we're going to see that level hit again, just based on the simple fact that we keep retesting this lower area and we're establishing lower highs too, at least on the larger time frames. Smaller time frames might identify something different, and we'll look at that, we'll acknowledge that, but you don't want to pay too much attention to that just based on how much momentum we have to the downside. I want to bring an analogy to you here, one that I've used in the past, and if you've been watching me for a few years, you'll know, and you probably heard this, but imagine falling down a flight of stairs, right? That's what happened with Bitcoin recently, okay? Now, if you literally did that yourself, you're probably going to be stuck in a wheelchair. You may never walk again. You're going to be significantly banged and bruised. You're not going to be like running a marathon after that, right? So the truth is, Bitcoin fell down that flight of stairs, and instead of just falling down a couple of steps, right, it fell down pretty fast. Therefore, to expect a recovery is pretty naive, if you will. A magical recovery back up to 100,000, I think that's less likely. It's going to take some time to build a foundation, a base here of physical therapy, and then when Bitcoin is healthy again, it can recover. That's generally how it's supposed to work with trading. Crypto's different, I know sometimes, but just try to remember that when you see significant downtrends like this. Just buying the dip, being the first person in line isn't necessarily always the best thing. Having said that, $25,000 in liquidation delta to the downside, implying we have way more shorts than longs in the market. That also implies, with that being too high for too long, if that maintains itself for too long, we will see a short squeeze, probably pushing that $90,000 to $92,000 range. That's generally how it's supposed to work. Does it always work out that way? No, definitely not. If we look at open interest, though, again, from an open interest perspective, there's going to be a lot of exit liquidity at about 91.5. So that's an area we want to consider to secure profits on a long if you were to take one. Not recommending you take a long from now to 91.5, but truth is that's going to be some resistance when we get there, if we get there, right? We can't presume it's going to just go up because of that, though. So that's kind of where we're at there. Let's look at the daily, see what's going on. There's really not much else that's going to be like stark and amazing here, like, oh my gosh, we have this amazing divergence. You got to take a long now. There's nothing like that here. Truth is, 87,000 is a tentative support level at best, based on previous 4-day candlestick closures there before the price continued to run. So even though we haven't seen this level much, that there's a decent chance that it'll hold tentatively. But honestly, if we continue to establish parallel lows and lower highs like we're seeing, it's probably just going to continue lower. We don't have a lot of buying pressure here, folks. You got to keep in mind, Bitcoin doesn't know what 80,000 looks like. That range of 80 to 90,000, it's like almost unheard of. Like, look, we spent one trading day and we opened at 80,100 and we closed that same day at 88/89,000. So like, there's no price discovery in the $80,000 range. So in turn, you got to understand that we're probably just going to see the price action fairly volatile in this range here until it establishes some type of support. But yes, previously we do see support at the rough estimate of about 87,000. It's also somewhat of a fib level here, this 0.382 macro fib. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at there. There's nothing on the indicators here kind of letting us know that you should take a long. I don't think that's going to be the case for a while. If somebody else tells you that, I think they're kind of a blabbering idiot. Again, there's a lot of unfortunately, there's a lot of folks out there that don't know a darn thing about trading, and they have very popular followers because they kind of tell you what you want to hear. I'm just going to tell you exactly how I see it and what I see here so far, and there's nothing appealing about taking a long right now. If you do take a long, though, just keep in mind you want to probably secure profits between 89,500 and maybe the 92K range if we see that. Because the truth is 90,000 is that natural psychological support from before, and now it's a potential resistance for us. And again, 91.5 for that area of open interest. Also be mindful of that. Cool. Other than that, we take a look here. We can see, let's go ahead and pull this up here. We can see we're still under 30 on the RSI, generally construed as a bearish divergence and a situation in which you do not want to secure profits on a short position just yet. Okay. And what does that mean? When you don't want to secure profits on a short, folks, I got news for you. That means you don't take a long. Okay? We're not in a position right now to take a long with any confidence whatsoever. It's probably going to be a few days, if not weeks, before we see a confident type of scenario. And between now and then, what we want to look for is range-bound activity. Hypothetically, for now, this is very tentative, we can see range-bound activity starting at as low as about 87,000 and upwards of 89K. So right now, we got a tentative range of 87 to 89,000. Okay. Other than that, there's nothing here I really see that's monumental. We take a look at the hourly time frame. We're still well below the cloud. To get above the cloud, we need to be above 90,000. Like that. That's a common theme here, right? 90,000 is the key to taking any type of long with confidence. And again, even at that point, I'm not going to feel super confident. Truthfully, if we get back up over 90,000, I'm still going to feel a little leery. Okay, so again, we just got a lot of previous resistance zones that need to be treated as such, and make sure that we're not just blindly taking longs. I get the willingness to try to take a long now because it is this local lower range that's held 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 times. Like if you draw a line out here, you can kind of see there's a lot of attempts to break that level. But that's all the more reason why it could continue lower. So again, stick to low leverage, low position sizing, maybe even just stick to spot bags for now. That's all I'm trading for the moment. I've notified my community, my trade alerts, to kind of just pump the brakes, wait 24, 48 hours when this happens. It's best not to just get crazy. Future reference too, if you're not familiar, please read through my trade alerts. This is available on Telegram too. Just make sure you understand that it's always best to wait in situations like this, okay? Cool. All right, folks. So that's kind of where we're at there for the moment. Again, tentatively range bound between 87 and 89,000. Our resistance is 89K, support potentially at 87,000, but these are minimally tested areas of support and resistance. Yeah, we just need more time before we can establish any type of confident trading scenarios here. Because right now you're pretty much shooting in the dark. You're closing your eyes and shooting at a target right now if you're taking any type of trades. That's roughly the concept. Okay. All right, folks. I hope that makes sense. Once again, check out Bitunix if you haven't already. Link down below. Check us out on Twitter, Telegram, Discord. Make sure you also I just found out somebody there's another cash trading. They blocked me, which is funny, but they basically stole and they're forwarding all of my posts. So there's imposters out there now on Twitter as well. So make sure you follow. Only use the link down below. It is solely cash trading on Twitter, just so you understand that. Because again, these people they forwarded everything yesterday and then blocked me, which is quite hilarious. So anyways, just use intelligence when you are doing your research and make sure you understand. I have quite a few more followers than they do. Cool. All right, that's what we got there. I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.